For over 3 centuries, securing the throne of Delhi required ruthless calculation and relentless bloodshed. Delhi was one of the medieval world's richest commercial hubs, and whoever controlled its trading routes controlled the wealth of the entire Indian subcontinent. Before the late 12th century, northern India was a patchwork of warring kingdoms. This fragmentation left a vulnerability, which Muhammad Ghori exploited in 1192. Defeating Prithviraj Chauhan at the Second Battle of Touraine, he swallowed fractured territories into a single expanding empire. After Ghori's death in 1206, his most loyal lieutenant, Kutubuddin Aibak, claimed control. He didn't possess royal blood, began life as a slave, yet crowned himself independent ruler of a brand new regime. By establishing the Mamluk, or slave dynasty, Aibak set a new precedent. Royal lineage no longer guaranteed the crown. From 1206 onward, the future of India would be dictated purely by who commanded the strongest army. Iltutmish, Aibak's successor, formally moved the capital to Delhi and introduced a standardized currency. Take a look at this gold coin from the era. The intricate script on the right side displays the official seal, while uniform stamping on the left reinforces absolute central control. Iltutmish used this centralized economy to fund the Ikta system, granting nobles the revenue of specific lands in exchange for maintaining loyal standing armies. Decades later, his daughter Razia Sultan took power as the first and only female ruler of Delhi. She proved a capable administrator, but the nobility, empowered by the Ikta system, resented taking orders from a woman. They orchestrated her assassination just 4 years into her reign. The resulting instability paved the way for Ghiyasuddin Balban. He abandoned diplomacy entirely, declaring himself the shadow of God on earth. Balban embedded a ruthless domestic spy network into every province, executing anyone who questioned his authority. The Mamluk dynasty did not survive its chaotic first century through consensus or diplomacy. It endured because rulers like Balban applied absolute, terrifying authoritarian control to hold the fractured state together. In 1296, Alauddin Khalji murdered his own uncle to seize the throne. Recognizing that a static defense was a death sentence, he immediately shifted the empire into a posture of hyper-aggressive militarization. This chart illustrates how he accomplished it. To build a massive standing army without bankrupting the royal treasury, Alauddin instituted draconian market controls. He violently enforced strict price caps on everyday goods. By artificially keeping living expenses low, he slashed the cost of soldier salaries while exponentially increasing troop numbers. This immense military machine was built out of pure necessity. Take a look at this best of a Mongol conqueror. Throughout Alauddin's reign, the Mongols launched constant, devastating invasions into northern India. Only his heavily subsidized army managed to repel them. With the northern borders secured, Alauddin turned his military southward. His generals systematically raided deep into the Deccan Plateau, plundering massive regional wealth, including the world-famous Koh-i-Noor diamond, and funneling it straight back to Delhi. Alauddin's approach was brutal but effective. His strict economic oppression at home provided the exact financial leverage needed to fund the Sultanate's largest era of territorial expansion. When the Tughlaq dynasty took over, authoritarian control turned into erratic experimentation. Muhammad bin Tughlaq decided to move the capital south to Dawlatabad to evade Mongol threats. He ordered the entire population of Delhi to abandon their homes and march hundreds of miles across a harsh landscape, resulting in massive casualties and a ruined economy. Attempting to recover from that financial disaster, he introduced a token currency, replacing silver with easily accessible brass and copper coins. Because the metals were so cheap, citizens simply minted fake currency in their homes, triggering immediate and rampant hyperinflation. His successor, Firoz Shah Tughlaq, had to clean up the wreckage. He pivoted away from chaotic conquests and poured state funds directly into public welfare. He constructed free hospitals, built extensive irrigation canals, and established pensions for the elderly to regain the trust of the citizenry. The Tughlaq era proved a sharp lesson in absolute power. The exact same centralized autocracy that could construct a vast welfare state could also obliterate a national economy with a single bad decree. Beyond the military campaigns and erratic policies, a complex bureaucratic engine kept the Sultanate running. The Sultan in Delhi relied on a vast network of provincial governors to collect taxes and maintain regional trade routes across the continent. This political dominance sparked a profound Indo-Islamic cultural merging. Looking at the Qutub Minar, you can see Islamic architectural ambition executed by local Indian craftsmen, creating monuments of massive scale and intricate stonework. The Sultanate imported entirely new design principles to the subcontinent. Notice the structure in this red sandstone facade. They introduced strict geometric symmetry and the structural innovation of the true arch, allowing for wider, taller, and more durable buildings. These architectural and artistic standards outlasted the dynasties that commissioned them. Long after the sultans fell, their use of arches, domes, and geometric motifs remained the template for Indian royal design for the next 4 centuries. By the late 14th century, the Sultanate began to rot from the inside. Without clear laws of succession, every death of a sultan triggered bloody infighting among nobles, causing outer provinces to rebel and declare independence. Sensing this extreme weakness, the Central Asian conqueror Timur marched on Delhi in 1398. His army unleashed 5 days of absolute slaughter, decimating the population and looting centuries of accumulated wealth, leaving the city in smoldering ruins. It took nearly 100 years for Delhi to physically recover. The succeeding Sayyid dynasty was severely crippled, acting as mere figureheads whose actual military power barely extended past the city walls. Timur's invasion exposed the core vulnerability of the Sultanate. A regime entirely dependent on fear and the iron fist of an autocrat shatters the moment that ruler shows weakness. The final blow came during the Lodi dynasty. Sultan Ibrahim Lodi's paranoid and arrogant leadership drove his own trusted governors to treason. Desperate to remove him, they invited the warlord Babur from Kabul to attack Delhi. That invitation led to the First Battle of Panipat in 1526. This tactical map illustrates how Babur used superior artillery and flanking maneuvers to completely collapse Ibrahim Lodi's disorganized, much larger army, officially ending the Delhi Sultanate. Despite its chaotic collapse, the Sultanate served a crucial geopolitical purpose. For 300 years, its massive military apparatus acted as a shield, preventing the Mongol Empire from completely annihilating the Indian subcontinent. While the Sultanate collapsed under the weight of Babur's cannons, its 3-century experiment in centralized rule had already integrated the subcontinent. When the Mughals took the throne, they inherited a bureaucracy and a capital already built for empire.